I am currently in Florida. Oh, nice. Washington. A couple friends in Bellingham. Hey, Ronnie, welcome. So we'll go ahead and get started. So the way this works is, oh, hey, Heather, welcome. The way this works is there's a Q&A button beneath me somewhere. And you just go ahead and submit your questions there if you have any, and I will do my best to answer them. If you're in a situation where you think it would be more efficient to have a conversation about something, it's not necessarily a specific question, I can unmute your mic and we can just have a back and forth dialogue about whatever you're thinking about. So we'll just go from there.
Good morning.
Hey, Tina. How's it going?
Good, good. So we've been using MemberMouse for quite a few years.
Okay.
And we're having some issues with it that we needed your help with.
Have you emailed support about them?
We have, and they suggested that we meet with you today.
So yeah, so go ahead and tell me what you're dealing with. I might have to send you back to them and have a conversation with them depending on the situation, because there's certain things that I'll be able to handle, but there's other things that without basically logging into your system and looking at it, we won't be able to talk about it. So what's the specific situation you're dealing with?
Okay, so in our MemberMouse form that our new members go to, only the email field is the field that's required, and we would like to make all of them required, and we can't see where to do that.
Which you're talking about your checkout form?
No, the original becoming a member form. I can show it to you if I can share my screen.
I don't know if I can do that.
Okay, that's
but
not
I can share my screen and you can tell me the URL.
So if you click the become a member in the first part right there, yeah, or member, yes, click membership. That takes you to our form. So on this form in the back end, the only part that actually is required is the email, nothing else.
Right. So that's because you're using a MemberMouse web form. You really should be using our checkout forms for this. Checkout, like the web form is intended really to be used not on your site. Like when you're doing when you want to have allow somebody to join from somewhere that's on a different site than your MemberMouse site.
Okay.
And therefore, yeah, you're not going to be able to have all of the advantages of the built-in MemberMouse checkout form. Because keep in mind, just because it's a checkout form, it doesn't mean you can't sign up for something that's free.
Okay.
So when you use the MemberMouse checkout form, it will have built into it without any need for doing anything, all the validation to make sure people enter in their first name, last name.
So maybe this will be answered anyways, but in the checkout form, is there a way to put in a password or a code so we don't get spammed? We seem to be having a little bit of a spamming issue where people are just signing up without having an actual invitation first.
Right. So you're gonna, okay, well, there's two parts to that question. One is there a way to protect against spam? And yes, we have reCAPTCHA built into the checkout form. So you just need to enable it, configure it, and then your form will be protected with reCAPTCHA v3, which is transparent to the member. Like when you go to the checkout form, it'll basically just display, oh, sorry, I don't have it enabled. When you enable it, and you go to your checkout form, it will just display this little thing in the lower right-hand corner.
Okay.
But otherwise, it doesn't interfere with the customer experience, and that'll protect from spam. Now, what was the second part to that? You're saying people need an invitation code?
So what we were thinking that we would need to do is, so this website is set up so it's informational for graduates of a particular school so they can learn how to become an entrepreneur. And
Mhm.
so we want people that we actually invite. So we were thinking like a coupon code or some kind of password or something that they would have to be able to put into the actual form, so they would have been invited, not just Joe from the street coming onto our website to try and become a member.
Right. Well, coupon code isn't gonna, I mean, you can create coupon codes, but it's not, you're basically wanting people to pass a test in a way before they can sign up for a form
Correct.
uh, for a free membership. So a coupon code is not going to do that because whether they put the coupon code or not, they can still sign up.
Okay.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head on how you would accomplish. I mean, you know, something I can think of is you could have the thing be paid. You can have it be like, to sign up, you could have it be $100, but then the coupon actually makes it free. So basically, you know, the only people can sign up for free are the ones who have the coupon code. And then you wouldn't have a problem if somebody like wanted to pay you $100.
Okay. But there's no other thing that we could put in the actual checkout form that would be like
No, there's
some
no,
kind of protection.
no, there's nothing like, because you know, there's certain plugins you can get for WordPress that would be separate from MemberMouse, which will allow you to test people like solve this math equation or
Okay.
whatever, something like that. But there is a way you could accomplish it on your site for sure. It wouldn't be hard to do, but it would be a two-step process. It wouldn't just be something that's baked into the MemberMouse form.
Okay.
You could maybe on the checkout page, you could, and maybe Heather knows how to do this. You could have the checkout form be inside of a div whose visibility is hidden by default. And then you have this separate functionality that you implement where they have to enter in a code into a separate form on the same page and click to submit that. And then by a JavaScript, it only shows the form when somebody does that. That's the easiest way I could think to do it.
Okay. Okay, that sounds great. And then our last question was, when the site was originally set up, there's a virtual membership, there's a free, a paid, and a group. If we were to remove all of those and start from scratch, just make one membership, would I be able to go into all of the current members and give them that membership? And would they have any issues with logging in or being able to see the pages that we've designated for that particular membership?
Are all the memberships free, or are they paid?
No, they're all free.
Okay. No, you shouldn't have any issue with that.
Okay.
You can probably just use the import wizard. So the import wizard also acts like an update wizard for existing members. So if you
Okay.
basically export all your members from let me show you. And this works because everybody's free. If people were paying for things, it would change.
No, no, no. Everybody's completely free. Nobody's ever paid.
So basically, you just you can export all your existing members, which will export to a CSV
Okay.
file. Whatever, I didn't actually need to do that, but okay, so it exported that. Now,
Okay.
when you go to import, the templates are a little bit different. So you're not just going to upload the CSV file again. You have to download the import template, and you know, you'll just copy over the data from one CSV to another. It's basically like Excel spreadsheets.
Okay.
But what's going to be different is in the import template, you are going to, or sorry, when you import them, you're going to select the new membership level you want them to be on.
When you import them. Okay.
So this will effectively switch them from whatever membership they're on to the new one, as long as the email addresses match what's in the system. And then when you do this, you might want to make sure, like if you have any push notifications set up in the system that are set up to trigger when somebody joins a particular membership, you may want to disable them
Okay.
when
we
you're
do
going to
have
do
that.
this process, so that people aren't receiving certain emails as a result of you doing this, unless you want them to.
Okay.
But yeah, that's how you do it.
Okay. And they would use the same login and be able to see everything the same, because we would designate those certain pages with the new membership name,
Right.
whatever that name would be.
They would have the same login information. It would be completely transparent to them as far as logging in and all that. As far as what they'll see, that will depend on how you configure that new membership level.
Okay.
So as long as you set it up such that that new membership level gets everything that they're used to seeing, then yes, they will see that.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Heather, do you want to chat any other questions that we have? Or if we don't have any more, then just say no, so I know. Maybe, is she not there anymore?
She said, I think you asked them all.
Oh, I think you asked them all. Oh, good. Okay. Then that was all that we needed then. Yes.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Are there, okay, this is from Shawl. My client would like to make the charge date the same no matter what time in the year they sign up. They would like to charge the customer on the 1st of January every year automatically, regardless of the initial sign up date. They also want the price to be reflected in that. That's not possible. Is this possible to do and have the cart be smart to update the cost pending on this? No, this isn't possible to do. Your only option is for people to sign up on the date they sign up. You can go in manually after the fact, and you can change the dates through MemberMouse. If you're on the advanced plan, you can change the date that they're paying. Let me share my screen here. Change the date that they're paying by going to the subscription tab. Oh, I need to choose a member with an active subscription. Maybe this one. No. Okay, so you go to member and then you can click edit and then you can change the rebuild date. That's what you can do on an individual member by member basis, but you're not going to be able to have it such that this would be dynamically done for you. Okay. So Brian, are you raising your hand because you want me to unmute your mic? Hey, Brian.
Hey, Eric.
How's it going?
Good.
Good.
So I use Thrive Themes, and so they've got a pretty robust site. There's a lot of things that they can do on their site, and they have a forum, which is what I'm interested in doing.
Okay.
And I think your website says you have to use a third-party plugin like BBPress or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's how that works?
Yeah, something like that. I think that there are other plugins that provide that solution. Although I will also say that a number of our larger customers who do forums use a third-party system altogether to accomplish that and don't do it within their WordPress site. They'll use something like, what's it called? Starts with a D. Anyway, I don't remember what it is. Let me see the forum software.
So there's no kind of forum chat they can go on?
Discourse.
With.
No, not that we provide, but of course that's really by a lot of the things that we don't do are intentional, because that's one of the benefits of being part of the WordPress ecosystem, is that you have all these other plugins that do certain things. So we specialize in the things that we specialize and go deep into that. And for things that other plugins solve, like forums, like member directories, like file download protection, etc. There are other plugins that will do that. So you can use a plugin, or you can use a third-party service like Discourse. That's going to be its own solution for your forms.
All right, great. Thank you.
Yep, no worries. Is that it?
For now, I'm sure I'm going to have other questions as I go through the big learning curve.
Sure. Well, I mean, are you just getting set up right now?
Yeah, I'm just getting set up.
Okay. So do you have an idea of how you're going to, or, you know, set your actual offering up in terms of MemberMouse?
Like payment plan?
Yeah, well, payment, but also just, you know, what you're offering for sale or what you're offering for free and this kind of thing.
Yeah, we're not going to be offering anything for free. We're just giving a good price on what we're offering, and may break the payment, which would just be $300 a year, into 4 payments, possibly.
So you're going to do a payment plan of 4 payments over a year? Is that recurring, or is it?
Or it'd be 4, yeah, that would be recurring. And then we want to be able to provide like updated things like blogs and whatnot, and you know, news channels, and I don't know. I have no experience with this, except being a member myself.
Sure. Well, you know, it would be easy to get overwhelmed by it, but as far, like, it sounds like the biggest piece for you is to figure out is the offering. As far as like what MemberMouse is going to assist you with, there's very little setup involved in that. Setting up your payment service, creating a product so that, you know, like, say this is your offer. Literally, if your price is, what is it? 300 divided by 4 is something.
75.
75, thank you. So $75 every 3 months, right?
Right.
Save that. So at this point, somebody can go, like, you have this purchase link, somebody can go buy this product. Like, they go to the checkout page, this is all fully functional, they submit it, the money's paid, the subscription's set up, everything's good to go. So at this point, the only question is, what do they get access to when they just did that? So for you, I recommend that it seems like using bundles, because we have 2 different mechanisms we use to protect content. Bundles are usually more flexible for most situations, and most of our customers use them. So all you would do is create a bundle that's called whatever. And then you specify when this bundle, how do people get this bundle? And it's based on purchasing that product that we just created. And that's it. So,
and then you could have various bundles.
Exactly. You can have unlimited number of bundles. So, you know, if you ultimately have different tiers, like, okay, there's the silver members, there's the gold members or whatever. Right. Or if you have separate, like, the reason that bundles are better in a lot of cases is if you're offering a course starting now, but then later on you're going to offer another course, it's easy to create another bundle that represents that course and what people get access to. So that people can buy course 1 at any time, and they can buy course 2 at any time, or course 3 or whatever. As your catalog evolves, people have the flexibility to buy these bundles at any point in time, and you can have each member can have unlimited bundles applied to their account. So it makes it very easy and flexible for them to purchase new offerings by you.
Right. That's cool.
So But in this situation, just getting started, literally all you need to do in MemberMouse for configuration is create that product, which has the pricing details, create a bundle, and the bundle then as soon as you've created a bundle, now you can now start protecting content, right? And there's a number of ways to do that. On the bundle itself, you can indicate, if you're, I don't know if you're familiar with WordPress, but when you're creating posts in WordPress, you can associate them with categories.
Sure.
So if you know, like, so this is an easy way to say that for this particular offer, anybody who purchases this and has access to it, any content that's created in this category, they'll get access to.
I
So
see.
you can select one or more. That makes it a little bit more dynamic in terms of what people get access to as you're creating content, whether it's you or somebody else on your team. But if you want to just do it on a page by page basis, that's also really easy. If you're going to create a new page or a post, you just click grant access and you specify people who have the offer bundle get access to this content. So it's really straightforward.
Well, I'm sure it wasn't easy to get to that.
Well, sure, but for you, it's easy. But you know, I wanted to show you those things because, like you said, there is a learning curve, and a lot of it is like, where do you go when, at what point in time? And ultimately, it's pretty straightforward to do the bulk of things. MemberMouse has a lot of other features, which will be helpful to you as you go through in time. But it's starting a project, for me, it's always, as a person building the project, the sooner that I can get to a level where I think I've actually accomplished something,
yes,
better. So that's why I wanted to show you that path, because there's a lot more work to do after that. But right there, that's the fundamentals. Somebody goes to your checkout page, they give you money, and they get access to something. It can always get more complicated, but that's essentially what you need to do.
neat.
And
Okay.
this video is being recorded and will be posted if you need to refresh your memory on any of that stuff.
Okay. I really like this. So you come on every week?
Mostly. Yeah.
That's a really nice service, Eric.
Yeah, my pleasure. Sometimes this is the best way to do things.
Oh yeah, it's nice to have that human contact, which is,
yeah, I
seems
agree.
to be waning away from us. So it's a nice touch.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I appreciate you joining and asking your question, and stick with it. And if you do have any issues in between these times, you know, support@membermouse.com. Let them know what your question is, and they'll help you out.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yep. You're welcome, Brian. Okay, so we've got a few more minutes left. Do we have any more questions? Seems like maybe no more questions. Cool. Well, thank you all for joining, and I hope you have a nice weekend. And we'll see you next time. All right. Bye.